is 08, please.
Yeah, please, one thing I want to say about marriage is this. Marry because of marriage, don't marry because of anybody.
Okay.
And if the thing is becoming so hard, my dear, I thought I did wrong from that. This thing, you cannot use the certificate to make heaven. And
Okay.
it is not a by force thing. If the load is becoming so heavy, it's better you work out. Because to avoid, maybe someone, men will use the person's story to complete story. And in terms of marriage, by the grace of God, nobody will use me to correct himself, and I will not use.
9933. Tell us your name, your location, basically where you are calling, us from, and let's head on with the conversation this afternoon. Like I said, it's a very sensitive matter, so there's no need for anyone to judge anybody because there's nobody that's perfect. But this is something that is an intricate part of our lives. We all have families. We all have peculiarities within our families, and we know how we've been working peculiarities within our families, and we know how we've been working around it. Okay. Hello, good afternoon, welcome to Matters. How are you? What?
Kelvin.
Mr. Kelvin, can you speak louder, please? What?
Kelvin.
Mr. Kelvin, can you speak louder, please? Yes, Mr. Calvin, where's the location? All right, he has dropped off. Please, when you call, speak louder, project so we can hear what you're saying. All right, 08036929933. And you can also send a message to a WhatsApp number 08171756338. That's the WhatsApp number 08171756338. We're currently streaming live on YouTube and also on Instagram. It's ESTANWAZ. That's where we're currently streaming from at the moment on our socials. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Please, what's your name?
My name is Matthew.
Matthew, location, please.
I'm calling from Medini.
All right, Mr. Matthew, go ahead.
I don't want to contribute anything, but I want to connect to through Facebook. So
You want to do what?
I want to connect through Facebook.
To the group.
I want to connect through Facebook. I want to use Facebook connect. I don't know what I will type in Facebook.
You want to connect through where?
I want to connect to VOP through Facebook.
Okay, like we're streaming live on Instagram. Are you on Instagram?
Yes.
So go there. You can actually type ESTANWAZ, and we're streaming live on YouTube too.
Okay.
Yes, thank you very much.
Let me try it. Okay,
all right,
thank you.
Yes, on YouTube too is at VOP 903 FM. We're streaming there.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Thank you very much. All right. He said he just wanted to connect with us. He wanted to virtually be part of the conversation. We're streaming live on YouTube. So you can go on YouTube, type on the search bar, VOP 903 FM, and we're streaming live. You actually see the live there showing red. It tells you that we're live in there. We're also on Insta as well. So it's ESTANWAZ on Insta. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the number to call is 08036929933. My name is Esther Mwachuku. You're currently listening to Martyrs. How are you? Welcome to Martyrs.
Hello, can you tell me?
Yes, good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
My name is Mr. Tony.
Mr. Who?
Mr. Tony.
Mr. Tony, please speak up. Speak louder. Hello?
The issue of Two-Face and his wife. I don't know if Two-Face must.
Mr. Tony, your voice is very low. I can barely hear what you're saying. All right, kindly call back. Maybe it's the network. Please, all right? Okay. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, please. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Ugo. I'm calling from Ojo.
All right, Israel from Ojo.
Ugo.
Ugo. All right, Ugo, please go ahead.
Yes, you see, Esther, there's one thing that people, I don't know, I will call it mistake or something like that. They compare their marriage. It has no formula. Is anything that works for you and your wife and your entire family, then you go with it. You understand?
Yes.
Now, marriage is something that, first thing, although we say love, some certain situations, love don't work. You understand? When we work then is what we call a understanding. Knowing that person very well, I understand the person and the person understands you. Yes. Now, I told somebody, when you come in a family, this person is sick, this person is sick, I mean your children. That particular time in time, there's nothing like love at that time. What you will be working with is understanding. Do you understand it? So please, what we should do is not using our marriage to compare another person's own. Let us work in our own. The way it works for you, follow it like that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. We sincerely do appreciate you calling and contributing to the conversation. Like I said, it's very, very sensitive, and we don't want to judge anybody. But marriage is a sensitive and very peculiar and spiritual aspect of our lives. We need to ensure that we're able to advise appropriately. And if you can share your experience, because a lot of persons are listening, and maybe some people are going through similar issues. And if you have an opportunity to give us some tidbits as to if you're in something similar and you're working through it, how are you doing that? All right, how are you doing that? All right, how are you coping? How are you working along with it? So the number to call is 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. And we're currently streaming on YouTube. It's at VOP 903 FM. Also on Insta is ESTANWAZ. That is the Insta handle. We're streaming live there. Hello, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine. Good afternoon, ma.
Good afternoon, sir. What's your name?
My name is Turji Ibe Ago Costa.
All right. All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, to what you are saying about marriage. Marriage is called an institution. And you look at it, you found out that the school marriage, the learning in marriage is not the same. When you marry, when two of you are, things are going well, you have more love. But after that, children come. When children come, you will see you have start sharing your marriage, you have start sharing your love. And after that again, you found out that you got money, you have another level. That is, money comes in more than what you are thinking. That money will begin to separate between Two-Face and Gideon.
Yes.
If you look at their marriage, right from time, we are going one way or the other, until they went, the marriage, they went to all the way to Dubai to get married.
Yes.
Their wedding. You see how it's going now. So there are a lot of things they don't understand on themselves. They think marriage will be written as it were. It is only when you concentrate on your way, you understand, because the marriage of another person and their own marriage might not be the same.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I sincerely do appreciate you calling. All right. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. We're currently streaming live on Insta. The profile there is ESTANWAZ. If you want to virtually be part of the conversation that we're having this afternoon on Matters. Hello, good afternoon. What's your name?
My name is Festus Negbedia.
Mr. Festus, how are you today?
Oh, thank God.
All right, Mr. Festus, please go ahead.
Marriage is an institution whereby two strangers come and meet together to make a entity.
Okay.
They are not going to be two once they are married. They will not be one. So they will not have anything from each other. Everybody, the two of them as one, to do two things in common. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for calling, Mr. Festus. The number to call is 080-3692-9933. And you can send your WhatsApp messages to 0817-1756-338, 0817-1756-338. 6338. A lot of USA marriage is an institution. We should also remember very salient factors. Number one, the Nigerian culture or the African cultural perspective to marriage. When things go wrong, the family will tell you to resolve it in there. Don't let anybody know about it. You're mature adults and don't bring disgrace to the family you come from. They would advise you, even your religious body would advise you to stay put, stay in the relationship, work it out. But what if it is affecting your psychological quotient? What if it's affecting your emotional balance? What if it's affecting your social attitude or disposition to people around you? What do you then do? What approach do you actually imbibe? And if you feel that you are being manipulated to remain in the relationship, possibly because one of your partners says, if you leave me, I will, I don't want to use the word. If you leave me, I would unalive myself. I will injure myself. The world will call your name, make such threats, and you stay on because you don't want to have issues. You don't want your partner to have any form of harm. What do you do? And what is the extent you can go if you really loved each other to ensure that that relationship stays put? Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Terry.
Good afternoon.
From Coca.
All right, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. And the simple truth is this: most of all these marriage we are seeing, they are just celebratory marriage.
Okay.
To be sincere, the Bible says a man will leave his father and his mother to cleave to his wife, and they both shall become one. And if they are one, even if the eye offend the other eye, they will still be together.
Okay.
And they will feel each other pains. The most important thing there in marriage is feeling each other pains. Value each other. What if they pain you, you now they pain the other person. Where say you take injure, now that place the other person take injure too.
Okay.
This one should carry this one pain. This one should carry this one pain. In that case, for you to raise your hand upon your wife or to do your wife anything that will pain, that will hurt her, you will hurt your own self. You are hurting your own heart.
All right.
So, if really true they follow the process of marriage, letting your wife to go away from you, cry towards it, you weep for it. If your wife is sick, automatically you are the one that is sick. Wherever place you are, you will see yourself that I am not okay. You cannot sit down in your place where your wife is sick at home. Then, another thing again, even if your wife offends you, your soul will be ministering to your wife where she has done wrong. If really you both come in the right way of marriage. So most of all these things you are hearing, break marriages, if you go to the deep part of it all, you will know that their marriage is they just do it near. Those two are still just want to marry. Majority of the marriage is like that. Go and check those old people that married and their marriage lasts till old age.
Okay.
You will know that they at first they felt that love, that pity, that value.
Yes.
That's just the truth. But now, there's all the marriage we are seeing, they are celebrities. You see a girl is getting married, is jumping like a baka for inside stage. The man said they jump, go left. Tomorrow, you say breaking of marriage. No value of the seal. That seal is not there. It is just the celebration they did.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, there's something I also want to point out. Do you believe in the fact that there are spiritual factors that lead to her speech presentation, the way she talks to you? There is a crack in it. You don't know where it's coming from. And maybe most of the dispositions towards you is deliberate. It's deliberate to ensure that somehow you say, you know what, I'm done with this relationship. It's a way for her to get out of it, or the man as well. So you know that you know the kind of husband you got married to, and somehow you realize that there is a distance in the way he relates with you before he comes back from work, or while he's at work. You realize that he stops eating at home. You don't know why he has stopped eating at home. You realize that he now returns very late or calls you in a very nonchalant manner and tells you, don't bother cooking anything for me, I will eat before I come home. He returns, he stays away from you. When you begin to realize all of this, what do? Because this is a way for you to realize that something is affecting your relationship. How do you handle it? Because this is where it starts. It's just tiny bits that people begin to realize something is going on. Because the family is very busy, especially if the husband and the wife are working couples, they may not realize this thing has gotten this bad until the deficiency has created that speed of a vacuum that it becomes too late. So how would you try to ensure that it doesn't get to that point whereby that presentation between the both of you doesn't get so bad? There is no moral bankruptcy, there is no attitudinal deficiency, your mannerism or their disposition towards each other has not gotten so toxic. How do you handle it? Okay, I'd like to know what you think concerning this. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. How are you?
Yeah, good evening.
Yes, good afternoon.
Esther.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is Renadi calling from Spain.
All right, sir, Renadi. What do you have to
So
say?
how are you?
I'm fine.
If I just entered now and found out that what you're discussing is about marriage.
Yes, it's about relationships, and I use the two-faced DB and ANIDB relationship as a template for the conversation.
Well, that's how much I will tell you. One, this thing is this. Even here that I am. The Nigeria, this thing, I don't know if unless you go back to at least the ladies that have their aging mother, to ask them question, how are they able to stay with their father up to this at this stage? You see, not marriage, this thing left. The estate entered into marriage when they set marriage course, marriage seminar. And so on, and some people just go to the church to ask their pastor how to resolve their problem in marriage. That's when they are this thing. You know, after growing up, I saw my mother at that time. I saw my mother listening that my sister misbehave. She would tell my sister, "Don't ever tell anybody that married you that I'm the one that trained you." They said, train the children not for the seminar as this marriage seminar. Of course, where they will not. Who is the person that teaching you? Who is the professor? But marriage, that the main course is what you learn from your mother. If your mother is with your father, that's what you're able to learn from her. At least how they were able to stay long. Not this time. I just saw one day. I just asked her. I just ran into this thing, discussion of a marriage seminar here. I asked the people just said, if they have problem with issue with your father, your husband, go to your pastor. I said, no, that is wrong. Those days when they gave me behave, the mother, the husband tried and they tried. He would tell the girl, take the girl to the mother. The mother would advise the girl, if you disgrace this family, I did not go to my father's house when I married your husband, your father.
That's true.
I was with your father. If you disgrace him by coming back, I'll disown you. The girl just tried to tell the girl what, and at the end of it, the family of the man, we call the man, my dear, don't treat this girl anyhow. You have sisters. That is how we're able to live long. But now, everybody try to listen. Maybe this person, look at how this person behaves. The husband, upon how he treat the husband will just swallow it. They will not try to do it. No, they have to understand the person first. And the more understand the girl first before you marry.
All right. Okay.
Thank you very much. Let me have the time for this thing.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Zaranadi. I sincerely appreciate. So it's a very peculiar situation, but sometimes even while the family tells you to stay on, what if it gets more toxic? I mean, what if something happens? If this man is beating you, or the woman is even beating the man, because men go through abuse as well. They go through domestic abuse, especially if it's in some homes where somehow, when it comes to finance, it's the woman who is financially responsible for the activities in the house, and it's not the man. It creates room in some instances if the woman is not mature enough or, sensible enough, or being a true child of God, or whatever religion it is, a practice that teaches patience and morality, she begins to become impulsive and imposes. So when that imbalance is created, these are kind of the things that could create a rift, or the man stops realizing that he needs to be responsible in his home. Rather than spending time at home, spending your finances on your family, you rather spend it outside. And when you're called out to it, you shout at anybody and say, is it any of your business? I do whatever it is I want to do with my money. And before you know, things escalate. So these are the several peculiarities that causes issues in relationships. At that point in time, what do you do? How do you get out of it? How do you try to make it work if you don't want to get out of it? And if it happens to be that one person in the relationship is the only person still in love, still feeling that love in the relationship, what should that person do? All right, these are very sensitive conversations. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. What's your name? Turn down the volume of your radio, please. What's your name?
I'm Mr. Bright.
Mr. Bright, I can't hear you well at all. Hello?
My name,
Please, Mr. Bright, kindly call back. You sound very far. And it's like you turned on the radio so that you can possibly hear me speak. I don't know. All right, let me take some WhatsApp messages here. Some person sends WhatsApp messages. Good day, my sister. No perfect marriage anywhere. We all try to fix our marriages. Many prepare for wedding, but not marriage. I will advise people to manage their spouse. The only obstacle I can advise anyone to leave is when abuse and beating comes in. Sheyi Cots from Itiria. Thank you very much, Sheyi Cots. Okay, what if the person promises to change after whatever happens? Good afternoon, Esther. What we should know is that it's not a crime or taboo not to marry. Most people don't seem to try and check whether they are compatible before saying I do. Marriage requires sacrifice from both sides to work, not about me, and me alone. Don't forget, marriage is between man and his wife, not family, religion, or society. Thank you, Vincent from Mushi. Vincent, thank you very much. That's quite aptly put. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Martyrs. What's your name?
Good afternoon, Esther.
Yes.
This is Marshall from Ikeja.
All
How are you
right,
doing
Marshall.
today?
I'm fine. Thank you for calling. What do you have to say?
Okay. All right. So what I would like to say to the topic is that, first of all, I think the first thing people need to invite into their relationship is God. And yes, and after that, you need to understand each other. You need to check if you are compatible. You need to actually cohabit, because you actually get to see some things in the person when you cohabit. You get to see some characters in them that you would tell if you are able to stay forever with this person, because marriage is forever, unlike when you just use one day to do the wedding. Because you can't just say you want to end up with somebody when you have not actually checked to see if you are actually compatible with that person. And in terms of abuse, I wouldn't advise anyone to stay. And emotional abuse is even more deadly than physical abuse, because that person may even end their life on their own.
Yes.
People go through emotional abuse a lot, and it's not until when you lay your hands on them. So I think people should try to seek the face of God and check if you are compatible. Understanding perseverance is very important. You need to be very patient.
Thank you very much.
That's what I have to say.
Thank you so much. Thank you for calling. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Matters. What's your name?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
This is Peter.
Oh, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. This is Peter.
All right, sir. All right, sir. Go ahead, please.
The one thing about marriage, most people just go into relationship without knowing their partner very, very well. And that's one reason for most of these young marriages. Easily, the boy knows to protect. Because your friend, somebody you can easily tell, this is what you're doing, I don't like. This is what you do, I don't like. Not just for the show, or not just for the sake of you getting married. Just marrying, then after a while, you post yourself. We just have to improve on how we treat other people. That's just it.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling. All right. Good afternoon, Luke. It's not advisable for separation of a marriage that has produced a child or children, either male or female, because of any measure of toxicity, as you call it these days. These tempting calls are offered for going separate ways, for seeming intolerant, is unknown in the origin of marriage and should stop. The woman has the responsibility alone to keep her home. If the man is the one trying to make it work, it's just his choice. So the woman should please her husband even if she thinks he is wrong. Wow. Tochukwu Adele Thompson from Albany Koro. I don't want to call you a misogynist for having this point of view when it comes to relationship. I think it has to do with both couples, the man and the woman. I think it's their responsibility to keep the home. You can't say it's her responsibility to keep the home. So even if she thinks he's doing something wrong, she should keep the home. What if he's emotionally, psychologically abusing this woman and she knows it's wrong, but because it's her responsibility to keep the home, she should keep mum. She should absorb all of that abuse, become mentally, psychologically, physically, emotionally broken. Tochukwu. Wow. Okay. Let me take more messages of yours because we need to round up this aspect of Martyrs. Funhouse time is coming up very soon. Okay. I think that's all of the message I have here. Let me take this final call and we'll wrap up. Hello. Good afternoon. What's your name?
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yes. Good afternoon. What's your name? You have a few seconds, please. Okay.
Yeah. This is just from Pacha.
Prosper.
Yeah, over the matter. Yeah, gospel for your budget.
All right, sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, over the matter of this marriage issues, is that you still want to, as you as a human being, you have your husband, and you can able to go according to the principles of the Bible.
Okay.
Which the Bible has stated in the book of Matthew chapter 19. You know, if you read it, the Bible says, for a man shall leave his father and mother's house and cleave to his own house, and they two shall become one. They are no longer two again, but they become one flesh. So what am I saying in the essence? It's all about commitment. Now, this commitment in this aspect, it is for them to be lived for and to be honest. If eventually anything comes wrong in one side, the others will also take it that it's a challenge to him. And if you are true transparent to your husband, so the wife too will be also transparent. And if the wife is also transparent, your husband will be transparent. So sometimes all these things that will cause own issues and all these things, sometimes it might not because of what selfishness. You know what? If you are a man and you are doing what the Bible instructs you to do, and you really want to do it sincerely in your heart, I believe you will have a peaceful home. Inviting the third party, inviting parents, inviting mother, I don't think that will even give you. Because I've seen a case where when you invite the parents will be the ones speaking to the child to stand against the husband. And at the end of it, the money will get crashed. So one thing is you can able to read the Bible and